told you that 1%, or about 40,000 births per year, were affected by coronary heart disease. And for those of you who don't know what coronary heart disease is, it's a coronary artery disease that develops when the coronary arteries, which supply blood and oxygen to the heart, become too narrow. The Annual Review of Public Health wrote, men and women who have a healthy diet and a healthy lifestyle had an 80% chance of avoiding CHD. Maintaining a healthy diet is one of the hardest things in America right now, and it's proven all over. In my speech, I will inform you of what a healthy diet actually consists of, how to maintain one, the negative effects of an unhealthy diet, and the positive effects of a healthy diet. Years and years of research have gone into coming up with a healthy diet should actually consist of. And still today, it continues to change. But here's what we know now. What actually is a healthy diet? When I sent out a survey to the class, I asked, how important is eating healthy to you? And of the 17, 41% of the class answered eating healthy is relatively important. And that makes sense because we're young kids, and it's important, but it's not our top priority. And 23.5% of you felt it was extremely important. And this is true around the world. In the survey, I also asked what eating healthy meant to you. And 16 to 17 felt that it meant well-balanced, meaning that you don't just eat fruits and you don't just eat veggies, but you have a well-balanced meal with different nutrients, including fruits, veggies, nuts, and whole grains. The Psychology and Health Journal found this when conducting their experiment. Of all the desires that people think have in a day, 1/3 are food desires. This was some weird statistic to me because I don't think of all of my desires in a day are food. But if you think about it, we think about how hungry we are and what we want to eat when we get home for supper. Walter Willett wrote current evidence of healthy eating and quoted, over time the different food groups have changed, and they will continue to change. But I think we know for sure is that if you avoid trans-saturated salt, sugar, and processed foods, you will greatly improve your health. I also asked what restricts you from a healthy diet. Most people answered money and time, which is understandable considering food that is fresh is considerably way higher than processed foods and canned foods that you can get from the grocery store. And for us as kids, it's easy, we have easy access to that, like the vending machines or gas stations, and that's just a quick and easy thing to do when we have a game or we're in crunch time. An experiment was conducted in the article, Yes We Can, Eating Healthy on a Limited Budget. The authors conducted an experiment. If low-income families could afford a nutritious diet, and they did this experiment for 2 weeks. They had a low-income family, and they figured out if they could have enough money to provide a healthy, nutritious diet. And they found that the average cost for the week was $25. This was in 2010, so it's a little bit different, but the same concept applies. That it is possible to eat healthy under a budget. You just have to take the time and the effort to do so. After learning about what a healthy diet includes and how it is attainable for everyone, do you want the good or bad first? Bad, yeah, me too. Save the good for last. What is a healthy diet? In my survey, I also asked what are some negative effects of an unhealthy diet. Most people replied little energy and weight gain, because that's what we see. We see those effects in us. And this is true. If you keep putting unhealthy foods in your diet, unhealthy foods in your body, you will see these changes. But there is more. Engelfrit and his co-writers found that there is a link between cardiovascular disease and an unhealthy diet. Engelfrit found that if you eat 200 grams a day, 200 grams of fruits and vegetables a day, that it will decrease the chance of coronary events by 15% and a stroke by 10%. This is extremely shocking to me because by looking at this picture, it's not that much food. And if you just put that into your body each day, that decreases those things by 15 to 10%. And it's not like those are gross foods. Those are apples and oranges. They're not tough to put in your body. There's many different negative consequences to an unhealthy diet, but another one would be a mental health. In an article named Mental Health and Behavior, Janet Polivi found mental health and diet are bidirectional, meaning your diet can affect your mental health and your mental health can affect your diet. Effects of these are your mood. The food you put in your body affects your mood, whether it's good or bad. And the beauty standards and society standards today is very sad. People want to live up to those standards and they feel they should live up to them. And that means if they put food into their body, they may feel piggish and uncomfortable in their own skin. And this can affect someone's everyday life. Obesity, tooth decay, high blood pressure, heart disease, diabetes, and some cancers are all other negative side effects of an unhealthy diet, along with mental health. Now moving on to something a bit more positive. My final point. The positive effects of a healthy diet. The article "Understanding the Importance to Health of a Balanced Diet" by Sam Price says, "The best combination to maintain a healthy lifestyle is to combine a healthy diet with an active lifestyle. Some benefits include the heart rate, decrease in heart rate, cancer, and obesity. And according to Price, obesity rate in America is 42.5% and was the fastest developing public health problems in the United States." Here's a graph of two different graphs, and this one is from 1990 to 2000, children's age 2 to 19, and then 2015 to 2016. It started at 3.9%, and now it's at 18.5%. That's in a span of like 15 to 16 years. And it's crazy how much it's grown already. And this is adults, and it's 1990, same thing, and it's 30 to 39. And that's almost 10% that it's grown, which is a crazy amount in just under 15 years. And here's another graph, and it's about the same thing from 19 to 2000, and then 2016. The rates are continuing growing, and that's very scary for people of America, especially us young people, because we want to fix that. We just need to work on that. There's also a stereotype that you need to limit all carbs. Price says this and is false. It's a great idea to cut out some carbs in your diet, but carbs give your body energy. And carbs are broken down into glucose, and glucose absorbed into your blood. The biggest consumer of glucose in your body is your muscles and your brain. And your brain uses 120 grams of glucose, said Price. This is extremely important. We can't cut out all carbs or we won't have any energy for our major muscles in our body. Over time, scientists' view on healthy food groups have changed. During World War I, it looked like that, the 7 basic food groups. And then it moved to the 4 basic food groups, and now the food pyramid that we learned in middle school. As time has shown, the guidelines for a healthy diet will continue to change. But in recent years, the definition of a healthy diet is focused on long-term health. A healthy diet is one of America's struggles. And after listening to my speech, I hope I was able to inform you on ways to maintain a healthy diet and how it's obtainable for everyone. I also showed you what a healthy diet consists of and the negative effects of an unhealthy diet, along with the positive effects of a healthy diet. Thank you for listening to my speech.